Hi guys, it's Jessica here for another BJD video. This is a box opening, and I figured because this is a Twigling that I would go ahead and do it in front of my girls. They're not all here. There's a couple that are over here, but almost everybody's over here. Anyways, I've kept this maybe a little bit of a secret. I can't remember how much I've talked about it or not talked about it. But this is this is another Gamine, Twigling Gamine, and so I showed my pink normal skin Gamine in the Twigling update video, and then the video that I posted yesterday of the gift from Grievous Girl. So that's my pink normal skin, and this is a Gamine in gray resin, and I bought her from Lucille in she's in the UK, and you may know her as the sculptor and creator of Phoenix Dolls sculpts. They have at least two, I think a third, yeah, I think they have three sculpts out now. But so this girl, the way it happened was that I bought the pink normal skin Gamine, and then literally it wasn't even a full 24 hours later that Lucille offered me this girl. She was very, very gracious to give me an extended layaway. Maybe it wasn't that extended, but I felt like it was because I wanted her home ASAP. Before I open this though, I did want to show, I've covered up any addresses or removed things that had addresses, but this box, she shipped this on Monday, and today is Thursday, and it was special delivery at 10:30 this morning, about that, when my normal mail usually comes later in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock or something. So this thing sped its way to me, but I just want to show you the abuse that these sorts of box takes. There's like little punched in parts of it. Here, that looks like, I don't know what that kind of looks like, bird poop to me. I'm like, what the heck were they doing with this? So yeah, this one here, but I really am not worried because now my request to every secondhand Twigling that I buy is that she be dismembered and wrapped in bubble wrap because of the bad experience that I had with my normal skin Pieta. So that she's going to be in pieces. So I'll have to put her together. I'm going to go ahead and start opening her. Hi, Lola. Let's see, can you see? Maybe I'll move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see. A little better. And this customs form, it's like completely empty and torn. I'm just grateful that she got here so very quickly. Like, that limits the amount of bad things that can happen to them, right? Like, the quicker that they make their way across the world. But that's pretty darn amazing that she made it here. She mailed her on Monday, and yesterday she had already made it to New York. And I figured, oh, okay, now it's going to be a couple days sitting in customs probably. But nope. I woke up this morning and she was already in all the way across the country to from New York to Washington State. So a lot of people get Washington DC and Washington State mixed up. They're on opposite ends of the country though. So that's quite impressive. Let me move this knife somewhere. Okay. Oh, make sure that no addresses. Yes, I remember her warning me of this, that she had put the custom forms inside too, so to be cautious of flashing addresses. So, thank you. So this is, everything's very well packed. Lots of bubble wrap. Here is her COA, the beautiful, I think this is a Haru casted girl. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it saying? Yep. Haru casting in South Korea. Okay. So she's a Haru casted girl. And what's the year? September 2018. Okay, so she is literally part of the same batch as my other Gamine. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so she did a wonderful job. Look at that. That's beautiful. All the pieces are individually bubble wrapped. I think this is her, she said she put her hands, look, that's awesome. That's wonderful. Perfect little hand container. And then this box contains her head. Does that have address and stuff on it? It does. I'll have to I'll have to blur that part out. I think that there's a way to add a blur because that's got her address on it. So let me open this up over here so we can look at the head first. Yeah, I think with YouTube editing now they have a way after you've uploaded it to add blurs in. I gotta learn how to do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll show you what I'm seeing. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me cut this. So, this beautiful face up is by AngstyPenguin, our red Iris Atelier. And I remember when she posted this girl after she'd finished the face up. And there, at that time, and for the last few years, there literally were no Gamine owner photos. So this was one of the only Gamines I'd ever seen out in the wild at that point in time. Here we go. Oh my gosh, she is beautiful. So gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, in all the photos I've ever seen of her, just never do her justice. She's incredible. Oh, I love the teal lips. Oh my gosh, I'm all about teal. Oh my gosh. Okay, she's so beautiful. Let's see here. I think I will go ahead and open her all up and put her together. Maybe I'll show some of putting her together. I don't know. The struggle. It's a full body activity, so maybe that would be interesting. But let me get this together and I'll be back shortly. Hi guys! Okay, we're back. Got her all unwrapped. Everything is perfect. Everything is in order. Nothing has been damaged or anything. So that's why I love to have everything individually wrapped. It just is good for peace of mind. But she's gorgeous. I wanted to show you her with oh, that's really blowing out, isn't it? There. So I have been playing around with some eyes and some wigs, but she is pretty set on these doll bakery eyes, and I think that these are, I think they're 12 centimeter, or 12 millimeter, I mean. 12 millimeter eyes. And I don't think they're small iris, but I actually can't recall now. I do have the box, I'd have to look. But I think they suit her very, very well. Maybe they are small iris, because my other Gamine with regular iris 12 millimeter eyes, so I think these might be small iris. But isn't she gorgeous? And she's wearing an Amadaz Studio alpaca wig, and these are a pair of Sparrow's Shop antlers that I commissioned when I first got into the hobby back in 2014, and they were meant for Danu. They never suited her properly, but they do make their way to different dolls. They're just really beautiful. I use them as ornamentation, so horns come and go. But isn't she pretty? I'm so, so happy with her. I wanted to take this opportunity, let me set her here. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you some things about this body that I wasn't able to do with my other Twiglings because I already had them sueded and or strung together. So this is a good opportunity to see what these dolls look like. This is the part I'm not sure if she started doing this during the second wave of Haro casting dolls or if it was done before. I'm not sure. This is, you can see it the very best, I think, on the foot. Can you see the cross hatching in there? So that's what she does to prepare them for sueding. And when she suedes them, she does this cross hatching, these score marks, and then puts usually she uses a faux pleather of some kind of faux suede. She has switched now to some sort of glue compound, which I'd love to learn more about because my Kalo girl, she gifted me sueding on her, and I really like it. I'd like to have future girls sueded that way. Previously, these came smooth. So all of my girls from, pre-2015 didn't have this. And let's see. Especially some of these pieces, let's see, this one too. Some of them are actually really, really rough, and so it does kind of concern me that it might scratch the girls. And she's had this doll for a while, and was strung, and she doesn't appear to be scratched anywhere. Well, yeah, I do think that and this is probably the ends of her legs, where they would go with her foot. I do think that is a little scratched up. So before I put this girl together and string her together, I'm going to suede her. So whether I'll be able to finish that today, I would like to try to finish that today, but I might not be able to. So I won't string her probably in this video. I'll probably post this before that. But I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys some of this stuff. Yeah, here's some more of the score marks in her arm here. So this is the second wave of Haru casted dolls, and they are not in the translucent sandable resin. So they have I was gonna say, I was gonna have that they have suture marks. No, they have seam lines, though they are not terrible. They really, I'm not a person who is awfully upset about the existence of seam lines, but I know some people it's important to them, so I'm pointing it out that these are opaque resin. They have they have seam lines, and this resin is probably light enough that if I sanded these, there wouldn't be a huge amount of discoloration. But for any of the darker girls that he was doing post, because he did cast quite a few, I don't know how many. I have 3 of the 3 tan girls in the translucent sandable resin from Haru Casting, and those dolls are impeccable. So these do have the seam lines in the non-translucent resin. And I'm not sure the ins and outs of what the cost changes, you know, if this was a lesser price, you know, paying for this type of resin. I mean, in theory, this should be less expensive than the translucent sandable resin, which is a more expensive resin, basically. And more difficult to cast. Part of what makes it more expensive is the difficulty in casting and having to replace the molds, which gets really expensive very quickly. So it just adds to the expense. And so, for example, Dolce, they offer honey resin, which is the translucent sandable resin, versus their pure, which is an opaque resin that if you sand, it's going to leave sanding marks. It's going to be discolored. And at this point in time, they are not offering their honey resin. I have been waiting since January 2018. It was right there, December 2017, and then the new year. I have been waiting since then for 2 dolls from Dolce that are in the honey translucent resin. And it's gotten them so behind that they are not offering that. And any of their sale dolls, you can only get the pure resin. So, and my advice to you, if you want your dolls as soon as possible from Dolce, do not order their translucent honey resin. You're going to wait a lot longer. So yeah, so that's it. I kind of just wanted to talk about that a little bit. But for those of you who are shopping on the secondhand market, this might be something that you want to ask about. Is the doll in the translucent sandable resin, or is it in an opaque resin? It should affect the price, is my point. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out. But so I need to I'm going to get something to eat, and then I am going to work on starting to suede this girl, and hopefully I can make a follow-up video maybe next week to kind of talk about her corset and clothes that I had made for her got stolen by my obsidian elf ingenue. But I am going to make her another corset out of this fabric that's right here, and let me grab it. I got in this, excuse me, Olive, I got this really beautiful, they call this Dupani silk, I think. So I think that goes really good with, yeah, so maybe this one for the center panels. But yes, I have lots of inspiration for her, and I'm super excited to work on things for her. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up here and call this a video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week. There's Lola.